Make me feel good, Amy. Come on. No pressure.
Listen, this isn't Monster Ball. You are not Halle Berry, and I am not that Bill guy. Okay, so make me feel good. Okay.
Cutie batootie. You don't look how you feel.
Oh my God. I tried this morning to wrap my hair because I was like, I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered to do it. I don't know what to do with it. It's like half popping, half flat. So I tried a couple, but do you know what I realized? It's not the wraps. It's the shape of my head. Nothing stays on it. Nothing stays on it. Honestly, like I tried just a headband that I use for the gym, which is like got a knotted front. It's a bit baggy at the back, but it's cute. So I had my hair up and like I literally was walking around the house for 5 minutes. Usually I wear this with massive headphones over my ears, so I don't notice.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, slipped off my head. So then I got a bandana and tried to do the same, slipped off my head. And I'm like, am I doing it too tight? So I did it a bit looser. No, then that just went to the side. So.
But you have a very normal shaped and sized head.
I think it probably goes cone-like. Maybe, I don't know.
Shave it so you can see.
Nah, never. Never. No, it took too long to grow it this long.
Oh, my word.
Oh, okay. So and feel free to add this in. Disclaimer, I'm a bit hungover today. And that's just because I'm a lightweight, not because I went hard on anything. I literally cannot handle my alcohol. So yeah, apologies in advance, which is a great way to start a week.
Well, look, I had an emotional freefall yesterday and I had to do a lot of work to try and shake it off this morning. So, we just show up and we do the things regardless. We'll be good.
Yeah. And generally, I mean, I can only speak on my own for myself, but generally, if I've entered into this feeling a bit funky, I always come out of it feeling so much better. And that's the interaction with you. So I'm sure we'll be.
Make me feel good, Amy. Come on. No pressure.
Listen, this isn't Monster Ball. You are not Halle Berry, and I am not that Bill guy. Okay, so make me feel good. Do you know, funny story about that film? I actually watched it for the first time with my dad, so that was a very uncomfortable scene.
I've actually not seen it. I just got from context what you were talking about. So, yay, context, please. But ill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. That's like the only natural thing that is just so ick to view with other people. Even like close people, it's still a bit like,
yeah. It's like, for me, it's on par with like going to the toilet with like someone that you know in the room. Yeah. Like back in the day when it was like clubbing times, it was like a necessary evil because it was like hold my purse kind of situation whilst I, relieve my bowels. But
also clubs are loud too. So you can rarely would you hear anything because there's always like loads of people in the bathroom making up noise. So it's just
the music's still blaring in and everything. It's basically an extension of the club in the toilets back in the day. Do you remember? Basically, with all the perfumes and the lollipops,
outfit checks, the different girl groups complimenting each other.
I used to kick up a storm about the fact that a lollipop was £1 in the like club toilets and stuff. But now that's exactly how much they cost.
Oh, do they?
Just to buy a chuppa chup.
A chopper chump is £1. Damn.
I know. So
I would still buy them
anyway.
regardless because after like a lot of drinking, they are so clutch.
Oh my
And they know
God.
it, but
Mm.
it's part of the experience of being out your house, I guess.
I used to love the cola ones, and then just like looking all cute with my little lollipop, or sweaty mess, or either one of them.
One in the
Okay.
same.
Shaking, shaking, shaking. We're in the room. Hello, hello, hello. Let's get to
Hi.
it. So, well, got to do the intros and all, and welcome you on board for this episode of It's All Frolics. Thank you very much for tuning in. Whether it's your first time, I was going to say 50th, but we ain't there yet, so it can't be. Unless you've been listening to all of the replays a couple of times, then well done. So 36th time, 7th, I can't remember, lost count. After about 15, I'm done. So welcome to the show. It is myself, Amy G, and a wonderful Monique B, co-host S with the most S.
Oh,
yeah,
with the most S.
Yeah,
ASS. You're not wrong.
So I am, well, I don't know what to be leading, emceeing, I don't know what to call it, but doing
that one.
All of the stuff. Yeah. So I'm going to ask you to do all of the things now whilst it's still in my mind, because I will forget by the end. So, you know, if you've been here before, what those things are: subscribe, follow, like, comment, engage, send us songs, because we love the music. So we want to bring us along on your journey as we are bringing you along on ours. But also, I'm just going to say thanks for being here and sticking with us.
Absolutely.
So what do we have in store for today's show? I have semi-prepared a little something.
Okay.
Basically, I've been a bit obsessed with age recently. And listeners, I was graced with the physical presence of the wonderful Monique B, and the third member of It's All Frolics, who is a silent partner, but she knows who she is, over this weekend. And, you know, there was a lot of reminiscing and stuff. We have been friends for time.
Oh my God.
So stories were coming out of the woodworks and all sorts. So I was thinking, okay, let's go way back into time.
Back into time.
With a little, it's not really a game, it's a little, I guess, quizzy thing around nursery rhymes. So it's called Nursery Rhyme Time.
Okay.
There's 5 of them. They're very, very quick. I wasn't going to say very easy because, you know.
You know how we do.
Who knows?
That's like the jinx.
It's very, very quick. So essentially, I'm going to be asking you a question about a popular nursery rhyme. Okay. So something that's happened or happens within the nursery rhyme, and you have to give me the answer. I am going to start off with what I think is quite possibly the easiest one of the 5.
Okay. Cool.
So here we go. In Hickory Dickory Dock, what went up the clock?
The mouse?
Yay!
Yay!
Well done.
Thinking, was there a cat there? Yeah, the mouse.
Okay, a second one that I think is quite easy. There's only 5.
All right.
What happened after Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the water spout?
Right. In my head, I'm like, oh, down came the rain and washed that spider out.
Yay!
Up
down came the rain.
Sunshine and dried up all the rain. And Incy Wincy Spider and up the spider. I wonder if kids still do that at school.
Probably in nursery. They must do. Like, I can
Oh,
imagine them sitting
yeah.
like on the little
On the
carpet and they're
mats.
all like,
Yeah.
yeah, legs crossed with a little milk or orange juice cartons.
My
I don't
God.
know.
To go back.
Oh my gosh. Oh, but do you know, so I don't like milk. And when I was at school, so I always used to have like a little orange juice like set aside for me for my little break time and stuff. Especially because they left the milk out
I
like
was
on
gonna
the
say,
side.
I only ever had that milk once, and I was just like, this is warm. This this cannot be good. First and last time, no
Oh my
thanks.
gosh. Honestly, and for me, like that was just an absolute no-no, despite the fact I wasn't going to
Yeah.
drink it anyway, but it was left out on the side. Anyway, this one day it came to like all sitting down to get our refreshments. Someone had drank my orange juice and there was no orange juice left. So I ended up just drinking water. I was
Oh.
devastated. Like bearing in mind I was like 4 or 5 and I'm 41 and that's still a memory I'm holding on to.
But that was yours. It belonged to you.
I
And there was
know.
nothing else. And who likes to drink water when you could have had orange juice? As a kid,
I
anyway.
know. Exactly. That's like an absolute luxury. That's
Oh.
like drinking wine, you know? Anyway, I
Bless you.
digress. So, on to the next one. Another easy, I think. Jack and Jill went up the hill for what?
To fetch a pail of water.
Yes. I'm looking for that
Hard
specific
times.
wording. I know.
It was
I
the
bet it
dark
wasn't even a
ages.
hill, you know. It was just like a little go to the end of the garden and get the water. Okay, this one might be a little bit more difficult. It was for me because I'm just like, I don't go that far. In the second verse
Ooh.
of Bar Bar Black Sheep, what color are the sheep?
Um, there's two verses.
There's more than two.
So teach me because I only know the first one. I have no idea.
It's blue.
That's how does that second verse go?
Bar Bar Blue Sheep.
No. How many verses are there?
Actually, so I didn't
You
make a
know.
note of that. I should have made that. Let me have a look.
Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
And what are the colors? So black, blue. That's already giving
Black,
abusive.
blue, pink, and white.
Damn. I never knew that. We just got in with
Well,
that first one and got out.
I know. Oh, it does say song by Coco Melon, so maybe it's an updated version. But
Uh
this is me just
oh God.
doing research on
A
Google,
quick
you know.
Google. Yeah.
Um, so
That's how
the
we live
final,
now.
I know. The final one, where did Mary's little lamb follow her one day, which was against the rules?
Oh, I don't know if I know. Maybe I had a little lamb. I don't know. I only know that one line. Maybe I had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. Nothing about
So
any rules.
it follows on with
Ooh.
he followed her to school one day.
Ah.
Yeah, and broke the teacher's call. What a time they have. Oh, no, no, no. Maybe I skipped a thingy. Anyway, it was to school. Um,
I didn't know that.
yeah, he followed her to school today and broke the teacher's call. What a time did they have that day at school? That didn't even rhyme, man. People are lazy with these. Anyway.
Well,
Anyway,
I learned some things this morning.
Baba Blue Sheep and Mary's Little Lamb
That's
went to school.
wild. Bar blue sheep. What's the? Do you actually have it written down there?
What?
The blue sheep verse.
No, no, no. It was
Oh,
on
okay.
thingy.
Damn, no, I'm gonna have to Google. I need to know what the rest of that verse was.
It's just the same, but it's just Baba Blue
Black.
Sheep.
Oh, okay. That's definitely some cocoa melon crap then.
It's exactly the same. And then the next one is Baba Pink Sheep. And then the next one is Baba White Sheep. But it's exactly the same. One for the master, one for the dame, one for the little
Boo.
boy who lives down the lane.
That's rubbish. I think Coco Melon's like one of the only kind of like kids cartoon thingies that my two never got into. Well, to be fair, I don't even know if they know it exists because I just refused to put it on. That little kid looks weird to me, man.
I don't even know what that little kid looks like. But
And
why
that's
would
fine.
I? Yeah.
And
If
that's
I
fine.
knew all of the things about kids' programs and not have any kids, then I have a problem.
But some things
Um,
like break through, like that whole baby shark thing. And think,
yeah,
was that
true.
actually him? That might have actually been him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh
I
God.
mean,
And
I
I'm sure
know.
that got into the charts as well, didn't it?
Did
The
it?
bar, I'm sure it did. It was freaking everywhere. Like
It
this
was.
country's bar is very low in terms of like what makes the top 40. Do you remember we had like the Mr. Blobby song?
Yeah.
We had, I'm sure Teletubbies got in there. It's
Uh-oh.
more like, oh no.
Yeah.
Just honestly.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
dear.
Yeah, but Mr. Blobby was like an actual character on Saturday night TV, wasn't he?
Yes, but
So I
what does he
guess
have to do with
people
the
were very,
charts?
I mean, listen,
And all he said was blobby, 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 blobby. That was like, when Saturday night viewing was interesting.
yeah. There was so much stuff on though, don't you think? Like there was literally from about, I don't know what, 6:30, there would be
Yeah.
show after show after show and
It was a good
leading up to
time.
like gladiators and stuff.
Ah, peak entertainment. I loved the gladiators. Everyone thought they could do it and like bad it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always wanted to try that. Although it did come back, didn't it? And I did say I was going to watch it. I didn't.
Mm.
It requires too much effort. Like anything on terrestrial TV, can't.
I know. I don't know what's on television nowadays at
Me
all. I
either.
just stick to the streaming services or rewatching films that I've seen like a million times before or haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah,
So that I
exactly.
just, maybe that's the problem. Like I literally am stuck in
In like a
my
time capsule.
past. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here I am talking about nursery rhymes.
Uh,
I mean, come on. So,
it's so easily done there. Everything just seems like a remake of the stuff that we're watching anyway. Do you know what I mean? And that's what gets
yeah.
enraging. It's just like, oh, this is just a new shit version of XYZ. So I'm just going to watch the original. That's what happens with
Yeah.
me anyway.
Exactly. I mean, all of the things like, what was it, Cinderella, Little Mermaid,
Oh, yeah.
Beauty and the Beast,
Live actions.
Aladdin, all of
Mm-hmm.
those things. I'm just like, why? Why did we need to remake what it already exists? It just
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
Well, I
Are they
guess,
any
hang
good
on a
though?
minute. Let me
Little
retract
Mermaid
that.
was good.
I haven't watched it because, I mean,
Oh, no, that was good. It was really good. I actually quite liked Aladdin as well. Like the very first time I watched it, I was just like hell to the no. It was too on the nose. Will Smith was a bit cringe. I was just like, I'm not loving this. And then quite a bit of time went by. And then I think the kids put it on it. And I was just like, actually, it's not bad. And then it was one of those ones that they rinsed for like a month where every time we looked at the TV, it was on. But yeah, that one wore me down. It was all right in the end.
no, never will. Never, ever, ever will.
Oh,
Just nah, not for me. Thanks.
is there any one of them that you like to see done?
No, just leave
So
the
just
shit
basically
alone.
leave it alone.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Although, didn't they do Sword in the Stone? No,
I
they
don't know.
didn't. I'm sure it might have just been like Arthur and the Knights or something. But I remember the guy that played Arthur was a bit of a licker. I don't know. Silent
Oh,
partner would know, but I can't
are you
remember.
talking about the the Guy Ritchie one, which is just called King Arthur?
Possibly.
And that had Jude Law in it and Eric Bana. And I can't
Was
remember
it?
Charlie, I think his name's Charlie something. This is, actually, yeah, Silent Partner needed to pipe up because I can't remember anyone's names.
Yeah, you're right.
Um, but I don't know if that was like a
Charlie
remake.
Hunnam.
It wasn't pitched like a remake. It was just,
Yeah. Based
you
on,
know, yeah,
yeah. I can't even remember Jude Law being in that. Jeez.
yeah, the brother of the king.
2017. That's why.
I do like that film though. It's such a good one. In fact, I'm probably going to watch that later now. I
Enjoy.
like all of that mystical kind of stuff. And oh, and that other guy he's never a leading man. He's always like the badass sidekick is in it.
No, you're gonna have to Google that. I don't know.
Yeah, you know that black guy, who's in
Shh.
Gladiators as well.
Oh, he was in Amistad, that guy.
I don't know. I've not seen Amistad.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm not gonna. Jamon?
Uh, that's not how you pronounce it, but yeah.
How do you pronounce it?
I don't know. I can't remember. It's not
Okay.
Jumon.
That's why I don't pronounce people's names. He just does not
Oh, okay.
age.
Yeah. Nah.
He's 60. Did you? Oh,
Is he?
yes.
Yo. I mean,
Listen, what is your skin regime? Because, but yeah, he is always like always a sidekick, always the one who is like down
yeah.
to fuck shit up and will have your back. Oh, do you know what? People also
Can't
ask,
find his
how
name.
do you pronounce his name? Oh, and it's a YouTube video. I can't be bothered with that. Like, just do the, you know?
Yeah. The translation thing.
Jaimin Hinsu. Anyway, so that was a nice little detour. I don't know.
Yes, my
Just
bad.
random
Sorry.
stuff. Start talking about random stuff.
The ADHD got away from me today.
So, we do have a deep dive this week.
We do.
And I have removed what it was from my screen, so I can't remember what it is. Okay, here we are. What motivates you to take certain actions or behave in specific ways? Give examples. I don't think I truly know what motivates me to do anything. When I was thinking about this, a lot of things came to me about like working out because I hate it so much.
Yeah.
And or things like, I don't know, things around the house, cleaning or decorating or stuff like that, because I'm driven by a need to get things done. But actually, I was trying to think about things like at work or personal development. And I couldn't specifically tell you what motivates me in a positive light. It's typically
Or
something
that comparison thing comes up.
negative, like a
Yeah.
sense of lack or,
Yeah.
so
I
it was a
mean,
hard one to answer.
the first thing that I thought of was the season change, because we've spoken about this before. So, like, when we're in like the winter season, I'm busy just trying to like fight off seasonal affective disorder. Like I'm just trying to get through those 4 months and make it on the other side. But like as soon as it starts to get a bit light and we start seeing like those daffodils sprout up, I'm just like, what do I want from life? Do you know what I mean? I start
Mm.
I start thinking like, yeah, what do we want to do this year? I mean, it's a weird question to ask properly in April because we're like, that's when all that stuff starts happening. But well, I don't really ask that question in April because I love a new year. That's like I love New Year's. It's like the slate's been wiped clean. And I have that kind of feeling of anything is possible, but we are still very much in the midst of winter. So it's there kind of just like percolating in the back. But once those shoots start coming up, once it starts getting bright, I think that's when I kind of reach back and pull that forward and like, okay, what do we want to do? In terms of specific examples, well, I don't know. Just I don't know, just maybe my mindset shifts a little bit. It's definitely a
Mm.
bit more positive and a bit more optimistic. Um, so yeah, that was kind of like the first thing that I thought of, really. Just once we get out of that winter funk, once I get out of that winter funk, I'm just like, let's do some things. And then spend the rest of the year trying to figure out what these things are.
Yeah. I think for the last few years, I I haven't really like sat down and asked myself the questions about what it is that I actually want to achieve for myself or like at work. And just kind of been bumbling along. Um, and I say bumbling, but I'm not mad about the bumble.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like, damn it, I'm just reached a plateau and I ain't doing like I've just been getting on with life. And then I look back and be like, wow, it's 2024 and you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
ooh. um so but I do get like, I don't know, sometimes I just wake up and I feel a bit meh. And it's those kind of situations where I start thinking, am I missing something? Am I happy with what I have? Am I looking for something? Um, and I think sometimes there might be answers, but it might be stuff like, actually, I just want to dedicate more time to not doing this, or I want to feel differently about doing these things.
Oh yeah.
And then I get to a point where I'm like, okay, I've identified it and I move on. Or that feeling disappears and then I'm like back to normal.
Yeah.
Um so but obviously like from a fitness perspective, the triggers are damn, these jeans are tight, or like they used to be loose on me a few weeks or months ago. What's going on? And then all of a sudden I know what I need to do. Like I need to pull back
Yeah.
on all of the treats and or maybe the drinking. I mean, I don't really drink that much anymore. So especially because I'm not since moving out of London, I just don't.
I
I'll drink
socialize
on
that way.
occasion. Yeah, I'll drink on
Yeah.
occasion, like if I'm at a wedding or a birthday party or a brunch, because most of the time they're bottomless. So I will be like, get in my belly. Um,
Yeah.
so I don't like generally drink that much anymore. So it's not the alcohol that's doing it, it's the food or the lack of movement. Um,
Absolutely.
so those things, that's when the motivation comes because it's like, no, I don't want to feel this way. So I need to do something to change the way that I feel about that. But it's not like specific things really. I think my most recent thing from a work or development perspective has been that as I am getting older, I feel as though I need to prepare myself for the possibility of needing to spread my wings across different areas of I suppose, professional work. So
Okay.
not to like, I'm not going to start doing an accountancy qualification because that has no relevance to me whatsoever. And also, I am not interested in that. But something that is linked to what I already do, just expand that a little bit
Yeah.
with the potential that maybe in 20 years' time, 30 years' time, I do still see myself working. I might not be working all of the time, but I
Yeah.
don't think I can completely retire because I just think I will wither away and die.
Yeah.
I need to
But
be
that,
doing something, thinking about something,
yeah. Yeah.
contributing towards something. Um, so I'm looking at opportunities there that don't require any physical need because the way these knees and this back is going in 20, 30 years, I don't know. So it's going to have to be
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. I mean, it's been proven though, like scientifically that, to have a long lasting and enriched life, you do always kind of need to be doing something like that, I think one of the pillars to happiness is contributing towards the lives of others. So it's necessary.
Mm.
It's necessary. The whole work thing, the whole work thing. I mean, I don't want to go down the same rabbit hole because I feel like every other episode, I'm just like, what am I supposed to be doing with my life? You know? um, but I mean, one of the things when I feel motivated, and I think it should be pointed out that motivation never really lasts long. Do you know what I mean? It is like a burst. It kind of makes me think of like like Fast and Furious, like when they're getting towards the finish line and they switch on the NOS and they're just like
Yeah.
hurling towards. For me, that's what motivation is. I just hate that it feels like it's gonna last, but it don't. It's like a proper sugar high.
Yeah.
Um, but when
Fleeting.
literally, yeah, I guess I'm kind of going on a tangent now, but I'm just had a thought that maybe it's it would be good to recognize like those bursts of motivation, sorry, use those bursts of motivation to kind of almost like as a reminder or just to highlight the things that are actually of interest to
Mm.
you, to try and like look onto that feeling. Because it is very, as we've said many, many times, it's just very easy to get locked into the, the kind of the groundhog dayness of of our lives. But yeah, kind of like holding on to that feeling of, oh yeah, I feel really good when I see this thing or when I do that thing, I guess could be helpful. Anyway, weird tangent. One of the things that makes me feel motivated is like art exhibitions and like photography exhibitions and stuff, because it makes me like, I love seeing other people's work anyway, but it always makes me want to go back and, I don't know, draw something, take a picture of something, just work on my own creative expression, because I really feel like that's what I'm supposed to be doing. But, the 9 to 5 gets in the way. The kids want to eat dinner every day. So, you've got to cook.
Yeah.
So there's always something,
You can't have them like, Mommy, I'm hungry. I'm in my zone, bitch. Okay, find something. I am drawing here.
They're not just withering away. I'm just like drawing fields. Oh, God.
Drawing field.
But yeah, that makes me want to that kind of makes me want to explore that a bit more and again just try to figure out how to have more of it, or how to just make it a bigger part of my life than it is, rather
Mm,
than just those things that, oh yeah, I like to do this, let me do a little bit of that, and then it falls to the wayside, and here we are with all the other boring stuff.
yeah. It's
Oh, I feel like
interesting
I'm
because I'm
rambling,
thinking,
Sloz.
I feel like the things for me are more about experiences than actually like productive
Output.
stuff. Yeah. So,
Okay.
when I go somewhere or I go and I see something, I'm all like, oh, I love that. When is the next thing? When
Oh,
are we
okay.
going
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the
yeah.
next? Do you know what I mean? So it's like, do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like those are the things really. I'm motivated about those things rather than because I mean, I know the 9 to 5 is the 9 to 5, and sometimes it frustrates me. Sometimes I'm doing things within the 9 to 5 that I really, really enjoy. And most of that is usually when I'm with my colleagues and we're having a great time. It's
Mm.
not actually the work.
It's the lols.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, I can't wait till I come back, because of this. Which is funny considering how much I go on about how I don't like people. But like, you know,
I
um,
mean, there's probably 5 that we like,
yeah, yeah.
at
And
any given
sometimes their
time.
memberships are passed to other people for that fleeting moment. So it's like,
Yeah.
transient. Um, but yeah, I mean, as much as I don't have an answer now, I feel as though this deep dive has almost sparked a need to do some more diving, if that
Yes.
makes sense.
No, it completely
So
makes sense. That's how I felt exactly the same. Like, I feel like I'm actively avoiding sitting down and asking myself, okay, like, what do you really want? Like, for real, so we can actually focus some energy here.
mm,
Um, Again, I'm sure we've covered this before, but I I don't know why. I don't know why I'm hesitant about it. I don't know. I don't know if it's a case that I don't want the answer, but at the same time, not having an answer is driving me insane. That's why it's kind of easy to kind of just like go with it. But as you say, you do that and you look around, it's like, oh, 2 years have passed.
yeah,
And I'm still
exactly.
kind of thinking about it, but not really.
So actually, so something that you were saying about avoiding sitting down and having like thinking about all of the
Mm,
specific questions. There was something that Kay said over the weekend that I thought was really, really interesting in regards to how approaching certain answers. Um, God.
what just happened there?
I actually don't know. I was I was talking and then all of a sudden my brain was just like, no, no. And then just shut off. It went offline. It was literally like the blue circle of death on a laptop. I was like, hang on, where's the rest of what's the next bit?
Oh my God.
Wow.
Literally.
Okay.
That's what
Wow.
my halo
Wow.
is going to look
Wow.
like, just a blue circle, because that happens to me constantly. Constantly.
So let me try and get back on track. What was I trying to say? Oh my goodness. It is
So,
literally just gone.
I hate when that happens. Something about how we approach the answers to serious questions.
Yeah, it was something that and I bet when she's listening to this, she's just gonna be like shouting it out.
Or be like, what did I say?
Yeah.
Because we definitely all have those moments like, it's like, what? Mm-hmm.
So it's something about kind of like intentionally living what it is that you want. Or what is it? There you go. Here it is. It's back. It's back online.
We're
It's
back in the
asked if I
room.
need to, yeah, if it wants me to resume where I was at. So
Are you still watching?
basically, oh my God. So it was what's important to you. And
Mm.
then how are you actively, intentionally living those things in
Oh,
a week? What have you
yes.
done? Do you remember that
Yeah, yeah,
conversation?
yeah. Yeah, because if you say something's important to you, but you've not done anything, that
Yeah. Work
works
towards it
towards
within a
it or
week.
demonstrates that, then really how important. Oh, I felt a little bit red when she was talking about that because I'm just like,
Really?
well, not by the conversation, just like by myself, because that critical bunny hasn't left me completely. But as you said, it was interesting to kind of think about it because I wasn't even thinking what is important to me. I was thinking, what am I actually doing? What
Yeah.
things am I actually doing? Rather than trying to say, oh, yeah, this is important. What am I actually doing? And I couldn't really think of anything like aside from doing my job, parenting, having a great time here. That's kind of like all that I had.
So yeah, so
You know what I
that's
mean?
where I was going. Yeah, that's where I was going. When she was saying it, that's where I was going. But then the way that she was breaking down about why we dedicate time to those things and how we approach doing those things, even the fact that obviously our jobs, we have to do it, but the effort that we place
Oh,
and
yeah,
the
yeah,
consistency and the perfectionism that we aim
yeah.
towards completing those tasks,
Yeah.
that's what's important to us. So then so when I was thinking about this whole motivation thing and thinking, I actually need to dedicate some real time to
Mm,
breaking this down because I am on autopilot. I
yeah.
absolutely am on autopilot and I don't have the answers. So, coming into this episode with that being the deep dive, well, obviously, before we press record, I said to you, bitch, I don't have no answers for this. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I actually don't know what motivates my certain actions or like behaviors. I cannot tell you. And it's mad because I generally consider myself to be quite self aware.
Mm,
Clearly not. Clearly not, because I don't know that.
mm, mm.
So,
I think in
yeah.
terms of like personal, well, professional development, a sense of lack is what tends to motivate me. Like when I see other people doing stuff, it's just like, bitch, you're doing nothing. What are we doing? Get it together. That's when I kind of feel the fire most. That's more of in a negative way. Um, I do like hearing people's so-called rags to riches stories. Like I love a good, you know, starting from the bottom, now we're here type of thing. Do you know someone that had like some random idea and they stuck with it and they believed in themselves, which I'm just like, whoo, self-belief, who's she?
Mm,
Um, and then they had, obviously it's never ever difficult. The journey to success, whatever you deem success to be, is never straightforward. There's always like bumps and hurdles to get over. But I really do love kind of seeing the beginning and middle and end of that. And not even so much celebrities, anybody really, I do feel that is a time when I feel like hopeful, like these random ideas that you have could actually turn out into something, or how you feel about your life right now. Because it's kind of feeling like a bit of a lull right now. That's how I've been feeling recently. Just like the same thing has been happening for so long. And I don't actually know how to change it. So what you're saying about you not knowing what motivates you, that's kind of how I feel. Like, how do we change this 10-year this 10-year stretch of sameness that's been happening, I'm sure like if we look deeper, there have been changes and stuff, but nothing kind of feels like a big shift as such.
but I do remember you saying in a previous
Yes, the
episode,
middle. I know. I know. I want to get comfortable living in the middle. It's shit. I don't like it. Where's the drama? Although, universe, please don't.
I know,
Don't turn my
ask
life
and you
upside
shall
down.
receive.
At this point, though, do you know what? At this point, I really feel just like tempting fate. Like, let's just like something. Let's have something, like I'm just getting sick of the same old shit. Honestly, I'm just feeling like,
Yeah.
okay. What's next?
However,
But
so I'm going to be devil's
I don't know.
advocate here. You are the author of your own story. So if you want a little drama in there, you need to put a little
Uh,
drama in there.
yeah. I'm risk averse also though. So so what do we do?
Never happy.
Either shut up and get on with it, or
I'm not happy with the nothing. I'm not happy with it all. I'm not happy in the middle. I'm just not happy.
So you see the problem. So you see the problem. That energy is what I feel a lot of the time, other than when I'm asleep.
Oh man.
I know. I know. It's
She's coming now though. You've put it out there, so she's coming. And when
it
she
reminds me
does,
when
and
she
you're
does.
moaning about it, I'm gonna be like,
And also, la 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 la, get on with it, bitch, get on with
I'll just be like,
it. Refer to episode 30, whatever this is.
whatever it is.
Remember at timestamp you said, haha. I
Miss
know.
Accountable over here is definitely going to pull that one out. Hang on a minute. My Mary Poppins bag. Let me
In
just.
it, according to the transcript.
Oh gosh, that's
Oh
crazy.
man.
I mean,
It really is
you know,
a good question to sit with, though. This is, again, like almost all of our deep dives, it's we never kind of get the answer in the episode, in the conversation. Just as time goes by, things start to crop up. I think a lot of this really is just about bringing things to our awareness,
awareness.
really, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think maybe also just taking stock of like how hard or how deeply it's hitting, because again, that's probably a marker of how important it is, you know? Sore point, trigger point, something is there. And
Yeah.
yeah, this is kind of one of them for me. It's
I
like
think the
half
thing,
wound and half just wanting to move forward, you know?
yeah, but it's clearly something that is an ongoing kind of within your
Yeah.
consciousness because the number of times that and we could be talking about such different things and it comes up again and
Yeah.
again and again. I'm not just talking for you, I'm just talking in general, like when we're anyone who is doing this kind of work, and it is work. I know we like ha ha he a lot of the time, but
Yeah.
the deep dives, you are literally listening to our therapy sessions right now. You know, like the deep dives are meant to help us figure things out that
Yeah.
maybe we're suppressed, maybe we don't even know it's there.
Yeah.
Eggs there, that's a mix of exists and is there.
I didn't even clock it, so that's where I am today.
I tripped over that, like it literally was like on my tongue. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think I keep seeing loads of these posts at the moment about like it being July, the next few months of the year,
I
like
hate
let
those
it be the
posts.
transitional, like all of the magic happening, blah 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 blah. And I'm thinking, okay, not that my time or my deadline is December 31st or
Mm,
anything. I definitely feel like I need to start thinking about if I want to change stuff, what is it that I want to change? So that I'm prepared ahead of that springtime. Instead of me thinking about it during at a
yeah.
time where I'm like, it's dark outside, it's cold, it's
Yeah.
wet, oh God, I'm so tired. That's not the kind of mindset that I should be start thinking about. What do I want out of my life for the
Yeah,
next 12
absolutely.
months? Because
Yeah.
it's going to be there. So I want to think about it when the sun is shining. Doesn't
So
look like it
now,
right now,
yeah,
but
well, technically,
yeah,
it's brighter. We'll give it that.
ex- yeah, exactly. I want to
Yeah,
be
we're in the
thinking about it
season
at a
for it
time where I'm
now.
happier. So putting all of that energy into it. So that's why I am taking the action of writing that question down. And I'm just going to try over the next week to come up with some stuff.
Okay.
around motivation, what's important to me. Um, and I'm happy to report it next week, actually.
Yeah,
What
I was
did
gonna
I
say
come out?
let's feedback next week because
Yeah,
this one needs to be set on for a bit, I think.
yeah. It's so interesting because obviously I came to it and I was like,
And this was like the lesser of the evils of the questions that we've got lined up as well. And still we're sitting here like, I don't know.
I know. So, yeah, really thinking about it because it got me thinking, but not to a level where I had answers or could, like, not necessarily have answers, but have something to say.
Yeah,
Um, so, yeah, I'm like, okay, now I really need to think about this question. I really, really need to think about it because when just looking at it makes me realize I don't know anything
yeah, yeah.
about this for
Ah,
myself. So,
listeners, if you've got anything to like, do you feel the same? I think that's what I'm intrigued to know. Am I just like crazy and overthinking this way too much, trying to like pin down these things, or is everyone kind of just like going with the flow and, taking the opportunities as and when they kind of arise? Or do people like know exactly what it is they're going for, but just trying to figure out
mm.
the how? I've always felt like once you know what the thing is, like I feel like that's the hardest bit because you can like do trial and error, on your way to the thing. But if you have no idea where you're going, you're just like buffering. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Which is the state that I feel like I'm in. It's weird though. I mean, there are days where I feel like, oh yeah, I'm actually quite happy and um happy right now to kind of just be open and pour into the things that I'm enjoying, and with the intention and the hope and the faith that that will trigger things to just, pop up in life, really. But then there are other times where I'm just like, bitch, you're not a fairy. Like, hard work is the only way for things to happen. Detailed plans and all of that stuff is the only way that things are going to move forward. And it's just like, it's just that for me, it's just that constant flux of, I don't know, just light and heavy. The lightness being the play, the exploration, and then that heavy of, yeah, but you're 40, you have children, plans need to be made for the future. And that's very, very real. So
Yeah.
again,
I don't know.
it's
I don't know.
there's
I
no
don't know if
middle
you're just
ground
putting
for
too much
me.
pressure on yourself. If you're just like,
Uh,
why do you have to have these plans?
I
Why do you
think
have to have plans?
I I can't justify a reason to not. I think that's the problem that I'm having. Like
Justify to who?
to me, to me, it doesn't make sense to me to not have it somewhat. Don't like the phrase figured out because I know everyone's kind of just winging it as they go along. But man, my compass is just like spinning, and I just feel like everyone's kind of got a due north, due south, wherever they're heading in some sort of thing.
That's
And I
because you're
know over
comparing yourself to other people. Because if there
oh
was just
shit, do I have to like
you
walk around with
and
my
no,
eyes closed?
but if there was just you and you weren't looking at other people, I don't know if you'd be so
So
worried
first,
about it. Yeah.
man, I think maybe
Because it's
this,
your life and their life, and you're making an assumption they have their shit together and that they
yeah,
know what they're doing.
yeah.
Because I can tell you for sure, I don't know what the fuck. Like, I don't have a due north, but I also
Yeah,
don't have a problem with not having it.
yeah,
I just want to fill whatever I'm obviously going in a direction
yeah,
because time dictates that. And until
yeah,
I get to that destination, I just want to fill it with as much fun and as much love and as much enjoyment as possible.
yeah.
And obviously, I need funds in order to enable some of that. So that's just what I'm going to be doing is have the funds, do this
Do the
stuff,
things,
love
yeah.
the life.
Yeah, I think maybe this question's probably just triggered me more than I realized, actually, because it was literally just the last episode of the one before that where I was just like, yeah, I'm going to be living in the middle, not too high, not too low, no extremes. And now I'm on the upswing again, So I think I don't know if I'm ever going to completely get over that. I feel like there's always going to be some version of
Yeah.
that with me. I really do. I've just had it for so long. I don't know if I know actually how to live without that
Yeah,
flux
that's the other
constantly,
thing, isn't it? Because
you
it's
know?
part of you. It's who it's been on that journey. It's like a friend that's been
Mm,
on that journey with you that whole time. It knows you, you know it, and it's like
yeah,
if it suddenly disappeared,
yeah.
what does that mean? But yeah, it's just an interesting perspective. And obviously, as your friend, I'm just like, bitch. Stop with the
I
nonsense.
know. I just
Because no
some
one, you are doing fantastically. I know in your position, I'd be fucked. I would be fucked. But I'd be doing it in my way. And it wouldn't
yeah,
be the
yeah,
same as the way that you're doing it. And maybe I would have the same thoughts, or maybe I wouldn't because I'm me and you're you. I don't know.
yeah.
But
It is always going to be
I just
different,
see
isn't it?
you and I'm like, this, like, all of the creativity. I mean, hang on a minute, no, because there's a deep dive later down the line, and it's all about the love that I have for you. So let me just hold all of those things
Okay.
now. But I'm just saying, yeah,
Yeah.
for a minute. I'm just saying that, like, I think that you are smashing life. I feel that way about you,
Yeah.
but obviously, what's important is how you feel about your own life. So.
Yeah. Well, thanks, babes. I believe you. Oh, wait, hold on. In the sense that sometimes when people say stuff like that to me, I'm just like, man, they don't know what they're talking about. But I believe that you believe that that is true and that is worth something to me. So thank you. I will hold on to that. And use that to like ascend from this pit that I've thrown myself into.
I mean, we did say at the
uh,
beginning how we were feeling coming into this, and maybe
yeah,
that's
I
contributing.
think
So,
so. Honestly, I really think that's what it is because I did not feel this way last week. I didn't feel this way on Friday, much less a whole week ago.
mm.
For those listening, that's like 3 days from today, so it wasn't that long ago. But
Yeah, a
it
blink
just
ago.
literally it just goes to show how quickly things can change. But I don't know. I'm just going to take this as a highlight as to a bit of work that needs to be done. You
Mm.
know, just to sit and actually ask the question without that critique, that critical eye, without the pressure. Who do
Yeah.
you actually
Do you know,
linger?
I would find it interesting to ask kids a similar question, like about what's important to them in their lives right now, and how much time in a week do they spend contributing towards those things that they find important. And just to find out how
Hmm.
easy it is for them to, and what their answers would be. Like, I bet they'd be so lighthearted. Obviously, as adults, we have responsibility, so they're obviously a little bit deeper, but
Yeah.
I'm just
All
intrigued.
right. I'm gonna ask my two. I'll tell you next week what they said.
Yeah, I'd be especially, yeah. I'm so intrigued about how different their answers will be as well, because they are such different girls. Um,
I'm gonna guess that T is gonna say that her family, because she's obsessed with her family. She loves like her aunts and her cousins and just being around her family and stuff. And as her birthday's coming up, she's gonna be feeling all of the feels. She'll have all of her favorite things. Lola, that's gonna be interesting. Oh dear, love her to bits, but she scares me.
oh man. I can totally see her having her own show, you know, in the future.
Yeah. Anytime she tells people about the pod, she's always just like, and I'm going to be the next guest on there. So I'll let you know. It's like, okay, girl.
Mm.
Okay.
I don't know if I could hold myself together in that episode. If she ever did come on, I'd just be in bits the whole time. Oh, gosh.
Might get
It
her
would
in
be
for
the
a
loudest
segment.
episode.
That'd be funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
She would have to tell us stories. I think that would be fun. Well, actually, that's a nice little segue to the media circus today.
Bring it.
I came across some really funny things out in the internet. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be doing them justice.
Okay.
But I
They
mean,
made you
and
cackle.
also, yeah, they did. So there's one post that I think I'm going to have to share on the socials because I just, there's no other way to really get the message across.
Okay.
But I'll give you a bit of
Okay.
a highlight. So I found this on Facebook this week,
Oh my God.
and it was one of those things where I was like, it's a doom scroll, you know,
Yeah.
just all of the videos, blah, 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 blah. Especially I've noticed recently that a lot of the videos that are kind of like pushed to me are about mediumship. I don't know. I know it's
Phone's
lots of
been
like people
listening.
getting readings and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, so this one was, and first I started watching it without any sound, so I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
really know what was going on. But it's two girls in a car, and clearly in a relationship. One looking more masculine than the other one, but they're
Mm-hmm.
tatted up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I suppose the femme of the two of them was talking on her phone. So now I'm like, oh, okay, I need to actually have sound on. Let's put sound on. So while she's on the phone, she's speaking to someone who is giving her results of like a DNA test.
All right. Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like the results come through as, and then it's like cut, and it
Oh.
starts earlier on in the video. So I'm like, already I'm on the edge.
The magic of editing.
Right. So the femme says to her partner, I swabbed your mouth whilst you were sleeping because recently we've been getting
Oh no.
a lot of comments about how similar we look, how similar we are. And I was just like, I just want to know for sure. So obviously her girlfriend's kicking off because she's like, you did this without
No.
knowing, like me knowing, you didn't let me know, you just did it in secret. She's like, I just, you know, babe, if I told you, you wouldn't have let me do it. So I've done it. So then it's like, okay. So let's just like let's get the
I'm
results in.
on the edge of where are we about to go?
So calls up, right? And then actually live on the phone whilst recording this thing. So the person says, so the results are in, and you are, and she clarifies, so this is with you and your girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
The results are come in, and you are 99.9%.
No.
And then it kind of like goes muffled, and they both look confused. And so the one holding the phone is just like, hang on, that I don't know if you cut out or something, but we didn't actually hear what was that 99.9 related or not related. And the woman comes back on the phone and she's like, related.
Oh my God.
99.9% related to
99.9.
each other. Now, as soon as I heard that, I started studying their faces. They're twins. They look exactly alike. Like there are obviously some differences. And with one presenting themselves more masculine than the other one, you know, you can get a bit, but there's no mistaking because
No way.
so the one holding the phone was like, babe, 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 still babe, 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 you know, after finding out.
But literally,
And
baby sister.
yeah,
Oh no.
like, babe, 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 like our mums lied to us, our dads lied to us, like we need to find out what's going on. But I get it now. Your eyes look a bit similar to me. Your nose look a bit similar. And I was like, not similar, the same, the actual same.
No.
So yeah, it didn't really go into all of it, but if I can find the post, I did save it. So if
Okay,
I can post it, I will.
must immediately need to see that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, 99.9. That is giving twins, right? Doesn't like the percentage
Right.
decrease depending on like what type of relation you are? So like if it was cousins or
Yeah,
something, it would be a lower percentage
like
rate, I'd imagine.
yeah,
Yeah?
exactly.
Oh my
So I don't
God.
know. I don't know. One, how long have they been going out? And
Oh no.
they've been doing all of the
Things
things.
have been done.
They have been doing all of the things.
But I'm just like, okay, part of me is just like, is this actually real though? Because like, would they not have met each other's families? But then, as you're saying, how long have they been together? You know,
Yeah.
maybe they're not there yet.
And
But
maybe they were adopted. I don't know any of the information. So maybe they were
that
like,
part,
you know, separated
yeah.
at birth and with
Oh my
raised
God.
in different areas at different
Oh
schools
my
and never
God.
came across each other before. And then seeing someone be like, oh my God, we look so similar.
Oh my God. Does that mean that you have like a massive ego because you're like attracted to yourself? Give twins.
Wow. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
Wow.
oh,
But yeah,
please.
I was just grossed out because I'm like, ugh,
Sister.
ugh, sister, ugh, yeah. Mm,
Oh, God bless it.
mm. Bomb. So yeah.
Oh my God. I just,
Honestly,
I,
the other one was just like, I need you to like double check, triple check. They're like, we checked these results 3 times. Like, three, I need you to do like 10. Getting
babes.
so aggy.
Let's
No,
go
I
find mum and
mean,
dad. Oh,
listen, if it's coming back at 99.9%, you
you're the
don't need to
same
check those
person.
results. Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't need to check the
you're the same
results. They are
person.
factual.
Oh, no.
Oh, how would you even like
I,
what's your relationship like after that? Knowing you've done all of the things and that now you are like sibling. I don't know if you can, I'd have to just be like, I never want to see you again. I never want to have any interaction with you. I don't want to see
oh.
your face, which is hard because it's my face, but I never want to see it again.
I feel like it would be the same. We'd have to have a lot of distance between us for a good long while. But then it doesn't matter because whenever I see you again, that's the first thing that I'm going to think of. So it is giving the
I
dead
was
to
gonna
me,
do an
but
action. Like,
yeah, it
oh,
is giving the dead to me. But you know, family, you might need to liver halfway down the line, and she's obviously you're going to be your best match. So can't go
then
too
let's
far.
text, but I don't want to.
It's like, hey yo, about that liver.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Oh no. Oh God.
oh, man. So, okay.
Grim.
Yeah, that's one. Ugh. Ugh. What are you going to do?
Run away.
The next story I found. The next story that I found was on Instagram, and it was, I don't know how true this was, but basically it was this woman talking to camera about her own experiences. So she'd gone out with a friend and they'd been having a whale of a time, right? Out,
Okay.
doing all the things, dancing, 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 loving life. And then realized, shit, it is late. It is
Mm.
late. My man is going to have something to say about this. And she's fretting about it because she hasn't been answering her phone. Like, so she's just like, shit, I don't know how I'm going to approach this going in because he's going to kick off because I've not let him know where I
Yeah.
am and all of that stuff. Didn't want to deal with it. Anyway, her mate's dropping her home and she's freaking out. And her friend's like, listen, I'll tell you what you need to do. You need to sneak in, get in bed, and just start giving him a blowjob because he just won't think about, he'll be like, oh, yeah. So he won't think about the fact that you're back late. He's just like
Yeah.
happy.
Happy days.
So she's just like, that can't be real, but I'm going to give it a go. So she gets back in. She's quiet as a mouse, like tiptoeing in the house, leaves her shoes outside, gets undressed, sneaks into bed and just starts going at it. And he is enjoying himself. So he finishes, happy-go-lucky, blah, blah, blah. And then she gets up to go into the bathroom to kind of like sort herself out. And when
Yeah.
she walks into the bathroom, her man is in the
What?
bathroom.
No.
Oh, so she's like, babes, what are you doing in here? And he's just like, I'm just cleaning up. She's like, so who's in the bed? And she's like, oh, that's my dad. So
What?
I had to get him out. I had to get him out of jail and he had nowhere to stay. So I just said that he could stay here. And she was like, in our bed? And he was like, yeah. But what time do you call this? And that was the end of the video.
No.
I don't know what happened next, but I mean,
I was just like, oh yeah, we do love a cheating story. Here we go. But this, oh my
how
God.
do you explain that? And is anyone going to say anything?
Yes.
Do you think the dad's going to be like, yeah? Or is she going to
Yeah.
be like, oh, I just gave your dad a blowjob? How do you, like, you can't, I'd just be like, I'm just here to brush my teeth. I'll explain why I'm late in the morning.
um, yeah, I'm sure the dad would say something. I'm just, wow, imagine that. That is so random. But also, why is your dad in our bed? That doesn't make any sense. No.
No, he's sleeping on the sofa.
Off to the
Why?
sofa
Yeah,
with you.
I don't understand that at all. That's why I'm like,
Was it for clicks?
yeah.
What do you do for real though? Would he, I don't know, how do you think the guy would react? Oh, he'd be, yeah,
If he
top
found
tier.
out that you'd just given
Yeah.
his dad, I
Do you think
mean,
the whole, oh, I thought it would you would work? Probably not. Men have a very low, not tolerance, that's not the word that I'm looking for, but let's just go with it. Tolerance for
no, but it's a
infidelity.
pride thing as well, isn't it? Like,
Low tolerance, yeah, absolutely.
it's
They just
just,
can't.
I
It's like
don't
man
think
flu.
that they'd be
Just
like,
takes them out.
lols, well done, dad. Ha 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 ha. Now you can see why we're together. Jokes. No, that isn't happening. It's
Yeah.
not happening.
Yeah, I don't think he'd ever kiss her again.
And also, like, you are never going around and seeing like there's no Thanksgiving, there's no like Christmas time, there's
Yeah,
no
you've had
birthday
the Thanksgiving.
cookouts.
Or the
There
sorry
is
giving.
no family gatherings because I'm never going to be able to
No,
like,
you gathered the family. It's no, it's
vom. What do you do with yourself? Like and all I was trying to do was not have an argument about why I'm late from being out. And
I
now I've got myself into a much bigger situation.
this way you don't play games, man. The truth will set you free.
I was just trying to give him a blowjob, you know? And there you go. That's what I get.
Yeah,
That's
she
why I
must have
don't
been
give
really
blowjobs.
nervous because that's a lot of work, man. Jeez. Rather than just saying, oh, my bad.
Night.
Yeah. Let's talk in the morning. Jokes.
Oh, but yeah. So those
Love
two
the
were
internet.
ones that really stuck out for me this week, because I was just like, as if. So funny. So funny.
Well done. Those were good finds, man. Gross finds. Oh,
Oh,
I love a
wow.
gross out find.
I know. I do have one, but I'll save that for the next week. I have another one, but I'll save it for next
Okay.
week. Because also I really want to hone in on the storytelling for that.
Okay.
It's funny. Guys, thank you so much for sticking with us. Hopefully you've enjoyed yourself whilst being here. And well, I'm just looking forward to seeing you, hearing you, or from you with the comments and all of the little bits and pieces. I said it at the beginning, I'll say it quickly now. Do all of the things: subscribe, follow, like, thumbs up, all of that. Engage. Let us know what your favorite part of the episode was.
What
and
motivates
also,
you?
yeah,
Please
tell me. Give us some
Help
ideas.
me.
And make sure you come back next week and the week after that and the week after that. It has been Mo and Amy at It's All Frolics. You're the best. Thank you so much for listening. Till next time.
Bye, loves.